Can you believe this, man? What's up, world? What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day so far. And I had to come to you because if you have not seen the Kentaji Jackson infamous "What is a woman?" question proposed to her, then we're gonna take a minute to check this out by Senator Blackburn, right? So Kentaji Jackson is right now being confirmed to be the on the Supreme Court, and one of the questions that really stood out, is this question right here, where she was asked, "What is a woman?" By Senator Blackburn. So I'm gonna share that real quick, and we'll talk more about it in a second. All right. Make that big. There we go.
Can you provide a definition for the word?
Hold up, let me turn it up. Make sure everybody can hear it. For those of y'all that haven't seen it, let me back it up.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
What?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
The meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Senator, in my work as a judge, what I do is I address disputes. If there's a dispute about a definition, people make arguments, and I look at the law and I decide. Well, so I'm not.
The fact that you can't give me a straight answer about something as fundamental as what a woman is underscores the dangers of the kind of progressive education that we are hearing about.
Straight up. And man, and that's why I got my hoodie. Feel free to check out my Shopify store. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Don't vote for me, then you ain't black. Uncle Joe, Sleepy Joe. And this is the type of people that they confirm and pushing, this leftist, more liberal agenda. And I proposed this question last night. I was talking to my friend, and I really feel like, in the black culture, especially, in the foundational black American or the American descendant of slaves or whatever the case, however you want to define it, I really feel like that black people definitely are more conservative, and that it has been manipulated through different type of agendas, that have caused that to reverse or to make it appear that it has been reversed. Because when I grew up in church and my grandparents, you said yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Boys acted a certain type of way, girls acted a certain type of way, and you were respectful. And here lately, over like the last 30, 40 years, post crack epidemic, things have really started to shift. And with the rappers and, a lot of the things that went on in the 90s, those things really set up us up for failure. And now you have this woman, well, I don't know. Is Kentaji Brown Jackson considered a woman? Like she said, I'm not a biologist, so she can't really tell you what a woman is. Well, I'm not a biologist either, but I'll tell you what I feel like my definition of a woman is. A woman is a person that has female organs. Well, what are female organs? Uterus, ovaries, clitoris, vagina. That's, a woman from my perspective. They have female organs. They can have babies. They can reproduce and, nurse children. A man does not have that capability, at least not yet that I know of. So, they are really trying to blur the lines, and it seems like really that the Democrats and those people with these more liberal ideas are pushing this. It seems like that we're going backwards as a nation. Like, nobody can be right, nobody can be wrong. If your feelings are hurt, then we could possibly work around. And, Officer Tatum had made a good suggestion. It's like, people put up these hoopla about, the race thing, the Chinese, you can't offend the Chinese, and, offend the Asian people, whatever the case may be, or, certain groups, you can't offend certain groups. But we can get out here and do anything we want to when it comes down to, sex, as far as like, how you define yourself as a sex. And some people can find that stuff offensive. I'm pretty sure the girls who lost to this Leah Thomas uh transgender person feel some type of way. And I feel personally that transgender people should have their own category. Like one race, you have the men's 4x100, then you have the women's 4x100. Then if you want to, you can have the transgender 4x100. Like if you were doing a track meet. It's just same thing with like the Special Olympics. They should not be taking all of this momentum and hard work and training from our women. It leads to situations like this. Let me share this video for those y'all. I know many of y'all have already seen it, but let's just kind of show it a little bit. And you have Caitlyn Jenner, right, which is looks like the lady from Speed on this video right here, right? That's a shame. Sandra Bullock, I believe that's her name, right? You have Caitlyn Jenner on her who's talking about this situation on Fox News. And this Leah Thomas person, I believe, Leah Thomas, looks like a man. So he's however you want to define it. He was a man. Wait, he was a man. Now he's a woman. And we all saw them, the transgender person compete in the women's NCAA D1 championship. So my thing is this here: if you're gonna let a transgender person who still has, certain levels of testosterone, certain hormones, certain muscular advantages, then what's the point of throwing out, all of these, doping, enhancing drugs? You might as well let them use it. What's the point of even having a gender identifiable race? Why not just throw everybody in there in one race? The men and the women and everybody just competing against each other. That stuff was put in place to make things fair as possible. Now you're starting to blur the lines. And I really feel like, we're becoming like Sodom and Gomorrah. And I feel like the more people who start to stand behind this, then the more our country, I feel, will begin to destruct internally, because we're being foolish. We're being stupid. Now, some people may have an urge to do certain things, but like I talked about, the difference between a human and an animal is that most wild animals just act off impulse. When you're a human being, you may have urges to do certain things, but you have the maturity to deny certain urges. You may have urges to do a multitude of things, from robbing banks to committing some type of fraud, or, leaving your baby mama, not getting married, not going to college, not joining the military. You have urges to do all type of things, but you have to be a human being and you have to be mature enough to make the decisions to not follow some urges, right? And some people just don't have that wherewithal, and it's a shame. So it even seems like, to a degree, Caitlyn Jenner has an issue with this situation. So I'm not gonna play much of it, but I just play this little portion where Caitlyn Jenner speaks out.
Now, I've said from the beginning, I have no problem with Leah Thomas. Leah Thomas has followed the rules, and she's able to swim because of that. My problem that I have here is with the NCAA, really going all the way up to the Olympic Committee, other organizations that have allowed this to happen.
Exactly. Like, okay, it's almost like, you being an attorney, and you're a prosecutor and defender, you in trial, right? And that that this person committed a crime, but because the police forgot to read the Miranda rights, or they asked the person after they've asked for an attorney to keep on, talking about the situation that they may be investigating, then therefore the case may be thrown out. Okay, so I get what Caitlyn Jenner is saying by, Caitlyn Jenner not being mad at Leah Thomas for, exposing the rules, just like a person would expose the rules, for not being read their Miranda rights, but at the same time being upset with the higher ups like the NCAA and all of these, governing bodies to allow this stuff to even happen. Like, how does this even happen? Why don't you slow this down and have the good minds come up with an alternative so this won't be so unfair? Because it just seems like a slap in the face, and there's so much uproar about it. But it seems like the powers that be do not care, and that type of stuff continues to lead to situations like this as well. And this was another situation that happened. This is where the UFC fighter, transgender person, just beat the mess out this lady and with this other woman, and it was horrible. It is horrible, and this stuff is going to continue to happen if we don't stand up and wake up and stop falling asleep, following celebrities, and just going along to get along. And here you go, right here.
Not to mention more authentic waffles. McLaughlin joined the military in 2003 and served in the U.S. Army Special Forces. He didn't identify as an attack helicopter when he was there, but he became a different kind of chopper when he left and underwent gender reassignment surgery. Here he is holding the home kit until he realized that axe wound is just a figure of speech.
Man, look at this, bro. Look at this. This is the transgender person prior to having surgery and taking hormone pills. He was in the United States military, United States Army, Special Forces, right? And now he's a transgender UFC fighter. Tell me how this is fair. Tell me how this is fair. If you gonna go out here and fight UFC and get beat up, you just gonna go out here and get beat up. But changing yourself into a woman so you can go beat up on women is almost like domestic violence, man. It's almost like you got a free shot at domestic violence. That's not right, because these women are natural born women. They're not taking hormone suppressants or taking hormone enhancing type of drugs or whatever the case may be. This is not fair, and it's a slippery slope that you start going down, because next thing you know, you're gonna have, kids, like Boosie said, you're gonna have parents who are raising their kids to bulk up and get strong, and then all of a sudden send them to the female leagues to dominate the female leagues. You're gonna have men who transition to women jumping from the free throw line, breaking all the records set by like people like Flo and all these great women, Simone Biles and all these great women who've worked their whole life to try to set their own standard. And this is really becoming ridiculous. And when you get people like Kentaji Brown Jackson who sit there and become a puppet to a degree, that's what this gets you. That's the road that we're going down. And so by many people not even, especially in the black community, many people in the black community don't even question this, her authenticity, just because her name is Kentaji Brown Jackson, just because she has brown, dark, black skin, or considered a black person, then all of a sudden, oh, she's okay. But that's the type of ignorant behavior that got us in the stifling situation with Obama, because Obama didn't really do anything for our people that we expected him to do. He came in with the majority of the Congress and the Senate, and his main thing was passing universal health care. Many black people expected him to pass a reparations bill, which is more than valid. I talked to my cousin today about, the people who go to these football games and basketball games. If you go to a Monday Night Football, let's say your favorite team is the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears fly into Dallas, Texas, Monday Night Football to play the Cowboys. So if your team is the Chicago Bears, you fly in Sunday, fly into your hotel, XYZ. You go to the Monday Night Football game at Jerry's World. You're not gonna fly out that Monday night because the game ends late, and you probably leave Tuesday. But question is this person thinking about reporting to work? Is this person thinking about a job? Man, probably not. Most of these people who are going to these NFL games, Most of these people who are going to these NBA games, buying, season ticket holders, these people are well off. They live in a whole different lifestyle than the common person, than you and I. These people have the money to, travel around the world and follow their teams. And for them to pretend like you and I can, it's easy to obtain their lifestyle, or it's so easy to obtain their lifestyle, is a lie. And it's not saying that you cannot come up, but it's not as easy as they make it to seem. Just like trying to go to the NBA and the NFL, we talked about that. The NBA only gets roughly about 2 people, drafts about 2 people per team a year, about 60 people a year. Well, you got almost 10,000 kids in the Division I trying to get into the NBA, and it's not gonna happen when you only getting 60 people. And the same thing with the NFL. You got people wasting their lives, ruining their bodies out here chasing this dream, but they promote it like it's so obtainable. Oh, you can get it. You'll be the next Emmitt Smith. You'll be the next Doak Walker. You'll be the next Herschel Walker. You'll be the next, Tyreek Hill. And most of the time, it's not going to happen. And, they lie to us, and we don't seem to have, or many people in my community don't seem to have a care in the world that you've been lied to. And I'm gonna show one more video about this other trans person beating the mess out of another woman, uh, in the UFC. Well, not the UFC, but doing mixed martial arts. All right, here we go, right here. And this beat this woman in like 30-something seconds. There it is, right here. Make sure I'm sharing it. Cool. Check it out.
Now, making her way into the cage, please welcome Fallon Fox.
I like to fight in the blood match. Run to come back on air and Lisa. It's pretty strong fighter. She has maybe.
Let's welcome her opponent to the cage, Erica Newsom.
I feel really well. I've been training really hard for this opportunity for a long time.
And look at this girl.
Physical specimen, man. Wow.
Great shape.
That was
She's solid, she's tough, and she's ready to go. She has 1 pound taking home that $20,000.
Good throws and reversals by both fighters.
These girls are getting right into it. Fox. That's it. Fallon Fox. Holy cow. Game over.
Man, that's called good.
Wow. And a quick finish to our first win.
Man,
$20,000
I'm sorry, man.
championship
I'm so
tournament
sorry
fight.
they had to see.
Your winner, one knockout, Fallon Fox.
How you feeling right now? I'm feeling excellent. That was sweet, huh? Did you like that? Yeah! And I want to tell everyone else, I'm coming in this tournament. Every woman in this tournament better look out. I'm freaking coming.
What?
You heard it here, everybody. Fallon Fox coming for you in the ladies' tournament. Advance to the next round.
Run, ladies, run.
Fallon Fox!
Say, man. And so, man, it goes on and on and on. So you see that right there. Fallon Fox, you hear me? And so, anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up, man. I feel sorry for the lady who got knocked out. That was cold-blooded. She said she worked really, really hard, and she was a pretty fit woman, and like she was, she could have stood a chance against a normal woman. But unfortunately, guys, this is what's happening in our community, in our country, and we need to stand up and do something about it. Don't vote for me, then you ain't black. We got people just telling you messages like this, and we still going out voting for these type of people. I'm just gonna say it right here. Don't vote in 2024 or vote for Trump. Either or, man. Don't vote in 2024 or go vote for Donald Trump. We can't do this another 4 years. We just can't do it. Because if something happened to him, then you're gonna get Kamala Harris, and you already know what she gonna be standing on. She gonna be pushing more and more leftist agenda. Well, I'm out this thing. I'm not gonna make this video too long. I'm gonna try to make one more video tonight on another topic and be out of this thing. Hope you guys have a blessed evening. Thank y'all for joining. I'm out. Peace.